Here is my Bitcoin price prediction, Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, and a couple more coins that we're going to go through really quickly. What I think is going to be happening, what I think is going to be going on when it comes to the crypto market this coming week. I think we are going to be seeing some moves down, not crazy, insane, scary moves down. I just think we are probably going to be seeing 2 to 3% drops. Let me give you exact price targets for the main coins. Number one is going to be Bitcoin. We have been in a sideways range for a very long time, over 40 days now. 44 days, that's a lot of time. We've got a lot of liquidity on this bottom side, which hasn't been collected yet. On top of that, if I trace Fibonacci from the low all the way to the high, 0.5 level has been hit already once, in which we've actually taken a trade from. We took a trade from the 0.5. Now, the next level that I'm going to be paying really close attention to is the 0.618, which is actually the most important one on this whole Fibonacci retracement. So I'm waiting for the price of Bitcoin between $60,000 and $61,000. On top of that, you can see, like I just mentioned, we've got liquidity, and this liquidity that we have created. Okay. Why am I going to go long? Because it's a good area for us to go long. On top of that, okay, once I turn on our indicators, specifically the RSI, you're going to see how there's a few things that are pointing towards still some opportunity of a move up. What are we going to do next? We're going to trace a fixed range volume profile. What is this going to show us? It's going to give us a really clean picture of volume. We can see the value area low is coming in very close to our 0.618 level. This is why I would say a slight deviation down from the value area low to go and hit the 0.618 to go and grab this final point of liquidity would be a fairly reasonable thing for the price of Bitcoin to do. Zooming out and now extending this range all the way over and seeing the previous range plus the current one, we can actually see something fairly similar. Value area low of this whole range, this one and the previous one, is coming in at the 0.618. Okay, so the way that I see this is that we managed to go long down there. We also managed to go long somewhere around there and somewhere there. I can't remember if it was this one or this one. We've been trading fairly decently. If you didn't manage to go long here for whatever reason, I think this is going to be a really good place for you to go long again. Now, let's turn on our indicators and let me tell you why I'm still thinking we have a chance of getting a push up. These indicators, please do remember, you can get them and use them completely for free. You don't need to register to anything, okay? I'll tell you at the end of this video how you're going to get access to them. The most important thing that we're going to be looking at now is going to be our RSI. Why do I think the price of Bitcoin is going to be dropping? We got a bullish divergence on Friday. Now, this is a bullish divergence based on money flow. Okay? I didn't trade it because I knew we were going to go into the weekend and I'm waiting for the price to go down. So if I'm waiting for the price to go down, I can't bring myself to go long. We tried to go long and we actually got stopped out on the 0.618 level, which was this one. Had a bit of a reaction and then a push down. Fine, okay. What is the next plan? I just told you, let's wait for the price at around this area. RSI has been going up on the 4-hourly time frame. The price has done nothing. Has been absolutely staying sideways, okay. And if we go over, let's say on the weekly time frame, we can still see the bullish scenario I was talking about. Lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the RSI. That is a bullish divergence. We can get some sort of a push up. That's what I'm thinking on the weekly time frame. Now, weekly time frame takes a lot longer to play out compared than the daily or the 4-hourly time frame, between 20 and 40 days. That's why I'm saying a push down wouldn't be shocking for us to then get a push up and then another push down. Why am I saying another push down? Because I'm not forgetting we're on a bear market. I do still think we are probably going to go below this low, probably somewhere around this area where we have a weekly order block, more weekly fair value gaps, and a bunch of other stuff. That's what I'm thinking. That's what my plan is. The RSI actually on the daily time frame is running down to the oversold area. That's why I'm saying maybe in the next 2-3 days we will see the price of Bitcoin somewhere around there with an RSI oversold, which would be a lovely thing for us to see. Okay, next let's have a really quick look at Ethereum. Let me tell you what I'm waiting for this coin. Let's go over to the 4-hourly time frame and let's hide our indicators really quickly. What can we see? We can see Ethereum had a bit more of an explosive move up. We had more of an explosive move up and then the consolidation range, a sideways range. Why is this range a lot more important? Well, because we actually managed to get access into an area which is really, really important. It's not a fixed range volume profile from this local area. No, it's actually the value area low of this whole process that we've got going on, the previous one and the current one. Why is that important? Because look, value area low, which was a massive resistance once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, didn't manage to get in. We then broke it and then we tested again and again and again. It's like Ethereum tried to escape this value area and it has not been able to. Now you might ask me, why do you have this random line drawn out there? Because this line is representing our 0.618 level. If you remember, I told you on Bitcoin, we took a trade from the 0.618 and we got stopped out. Ethereum, on the other hand, has not lost it. Impulse, retracement, 0.618, push up, and we're still trading on the 0.618. We have not lost it yet. I mean, it's not making me think, wow, we need to go long now. What it's making me think is that, like I told you on Friday's video, altcoins are going to be stronger than Bitcoin. I'm expecting some sort of a push down on Ethereum down to 1,880 and 30, sorry. 1,830 is where I really think Ethereum is going to go. Really important thing, pay really close attention. I'm fine with Bitcoin going below this low, going below these two, and even this one. One crazy wick, as long as it gets absorbed and we go back and we close the daily candle above the value area high. Let me show you what this looks like. I'm saying daily time frame, we want to see this. I don't care how low the wick goes, as long as I see the daily candle close above the value area high. We had these 2 wicks there that went below it. We had this one. I don't care. I don't mind. As long as we do what I just told you. Let's move back down to the 4-hourly time frame. What can we see there? Well, if this gets lost, if this level 1,830 gets lost, where's my next price point? 0.618 from the low all the way to the high. 1,676 is going to be a fairly relevant area. Let's trace again. Let me delete this fixed range volume profile and let me trace a more local one from this smaller range. Value area low coming in exactly there. Okay, exactly on the 0.618 level. Let's now get rid of all of this stuff and turn on our indicators. This is where we start to see really important things. Now, with our indicators, you can get things like knowing what the trend is, fair value gaps, inverted fair value gaps, multi-time frame fair value gaps, and order blocks. Amongst some things, you also get liquidity points and stuff, but that's not the point now. We can see I'm on the 4-hourly time frame. We've got this green rectangle which I'm mapping out. This is representing a 4-hourly fair value gap. Now, there's a bigger gray one right there. Can you see it? That is actually not, it's something more like this. That is a daily fair value gap. Now, if I extend this to the left, can you see there's a red rectangle which starts right there and then expands all the way over? That is what we call a breaker order block. If you don't know what a breaker order block is, I'm currently making a little series of videos about smart money concepts and how these concepts are insanely useful to better your trading. So I would really recommend you pay an eye, you pay a look. I don't really know how you say it. Just check out those videos so that you can really learn. We've got a breaker order block, 4 hourly fair value gap, daily fair value gap, 0.618, and value area low, all coming in at 1,670. Even if we don't make it down here now, even if we don't just get a random push down, this regardless is still going to be a fairly interesting area. So at any point when the price of Ethereum comes down here, this is going to be a high reaction zone. Why? For the reasons I've just told you. On top of that, we've got this little liquidity point right there, which we are probably going to be grabbing sooner rather than later. Let's have a really flash quick look at something like Solana. What do I think is going to be happening with Solana? I think we are probably going to be seeing a little bit of a drop, not a massive crazy drop, down to the 0.5 or even the 0.618 level. What is making me say this? Let me hide our indicators. Well, actually, no, let me not hide them. What can you see? The green line. The green line is what we call the smart trend, okay? Before you say it's just an exponential moving average, no, don't say that. It's not just an exponential moving average. This gray line is an exponential moving average, okay? We would be hitting directly the smart trend, which would be a fairly positive thing. Let me show you what happens every time you hit the smart trend. You hit the smart trend, short. You hit the smart trend, long. You hit the smart trend, long. You hit the smart trend, long. Okay, if the smart trend is purple, it's a good place for you to take a short. If the smart trend is green, it's a good place for you to take a long. $73, I think, is a good area for us to pay attention to when it comes to Solana. Let's trace a fixed range volume profile and we can see point of control coming in. Let me just hide indicators really quickly. Point of control, this bright yellow line, is actually coming in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 level. We broke out of this point of control and we haven't done a retest yet. We haven't even done a retest on the 0.5 level. Something I strongly recommend you guys to do is to cross-analyze. Look at what Bitcoin is doing compared to other coins. Now, don't look at some random top 700 coin with zero market cap and then look at Bitcoin, see how they behave. No, look at a relevant coin like Solana in this case, and then look at Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is oversold on the daily time frame and has already made it to the 0.618 level, but Solana has only made it to the 0.5 level, then you might be more tempted to take a trade now. If Solana is already at the 0.5 level and Bitcoin hasn't really moved yet, then maybe you might just want to wait for a bit of a lower level. You might even want to wait for a bit of a liquidity sweep, you know? That's one thing I've realized is extremely useful. Let's have XRP is quite sad. I'm really sad actually about XRP. I love this coin. I think it's gonna do amazing, but one thing I do have to say though, this is a really interesting wick. On the 4 hourly time frame, we've gone below this low, we've gone below these, we grabbed some short-term liquidity, we've grabbed this liquidity, which is a fairly bullish thing. Now, why am I not going long? It's just really risky. It's really risky because it's just like, it's bleeding out to absolute death. So can you trade it? Absolutely you can. Yes, you could go long exactly now. Place your stop loss just below the recent low, which is a 1.8% stop loss. And then if we look with our analysis, okay, with our indicators, the smart trend on every single time frame is red, okay, is risky as well, because the RSI is ready to get a push down on the 4 hourly time frame. On the daily, you're oversold. On the weekly, you're oversold, super oversold. On the monthly, you're super oversold. This coin at some point is going to get a fairly large push up. The only thing is that I'm not feeling the most confident about taking this trade. You can if you want. I'm just personally not going to. I might even wait for a bit more of a push down and then cross analyze like I just told you I was going to do. Let's have a final look at Dogecoin on the 4 hourly time frame. It's the exact same thing. I think we were if I zoom in, actually, we were coming down aggressively, and then we started slowing down until now, where we're really quiet. These really quiet periods are to make us investors go crazy, get bored, and get uninterested in this coin. This, at least in my point of view, looks like an accumulation process, okay, where market makers load up their long position, load up, to then get the push up. I am not saying it's the end of the bear market. You need to go long in every single coin out there. What I'm saying is I'm waiting for a push up on Bitcoin. Therefore, I think these coins have an accumulation pattern. We are going to get fairly good times where we are going to get some sort of a push up, at least hopefully. But then I am going to be expecting a more aggressive push down. Okay. So having said that, I'm going to thank you very much for watching. And then now 3 things. 1, if you've got any coins that you would like me to analyze, please don't give me a random, like I said, top 700 coin with really shit market cap. Please give me relevant coins. I'll do my analysis with our indicators and with my knowledge, and I'll just make a whole video on it. If you want access to these indicators, you can get it for free using the description link. That link is going to take you to our Telegram, where you send a message to my support team and tell them you want access to them for free. And then 3, if you want to learn how to trade like I trade, no, I'm not going to sell you a course. I'm going to tell you the exact same thing. Go to the link in the descriptions box, message my support team, and you will get access to my course completely for free. You don't need a credit card, you don't need an email, you don't need a name, you don't need nothing. Just do it and actually change the way that you trade, because you're probably not as successful as you could or should be. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow for another daily market update. Bye bye.